Hey guys, Omni here. So today was the Resident Evil showcase. Apparently they had quite a bit to show off. So the video they have here on the Resident Evil YouTube channel is actually almost an hour long, but the actual trailers and this development stuff doesn't actually kick in until the 8-minute and 50-second mark. So I'm skipping ahead past all the countdown to that, and we're going to be checking out and see what they got. Now, some things I already know are in here, of course. A new trailer for Resident Evil Village. I did see in some tweets that there's apparently a new multiplayer that has been announced for the 25th anniversary, as well as a crossover event for the Division 2. So once that part comes up, I don't know if I'll have that or include that in this reaction, or maybe we'll just kind of like glance over it. So, because I don't play that, I don't play the Division, so who knows? Maybe this crossover event would be like, oh, maybe that's cool enough an idea. I might check it out just for this event. We'll see. I'm really looking forward to this. Resident Evil is probably one of my top game franchises. I've played pretty much every game. I've got a review and full playthrough of Resident Evil 2 and 3 here on the channel as well, the remakes, at least. I think a review for 7. I can't remember if I actually reviewed 7. Actually, no, I played 7 before I started the channel, so it's not on here. But yeah, I love it. I'm really interested based on we have reacted to the previous Village trailers, and I'm intrigued. I got some very Resident Evil 4 kind of vibes from it. It just looks so different too, with the whole like Transylvanian folklore element that they're going for with the bioweapons, the creatures, however these are created. It's really interesting. I've got a lot of questions, and I doubt I'll get any answers in this, but let's go ahead and dive into this. And we're going to do breakdown display as we go through this for you guys. So let's go ahead and go right in. Kick up the chair.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to our Resident Evil showcase. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, here to give you a closer look into what Capcom has coming up for the Resident Evil franchise. We'll be kicking things off with some brand new content and an exclusive first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay that you do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's get started.
I just love the imagery, like the Victorian kind of Transylvanian mix style, the architecture, and especially like that castle interior.
Hey now, think positively, all right? We talked about this.
I know. We hardly talk about anything else.
A little resentment going on there? I mean...
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
So witchy. I'm just so curious how the like Resident Evilness factors in, because it does seem very Transylvanian.
What the hell is going on here?
No. The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
I love the feel. Oh, torture room. Oh, shit. Yeah, the sword. Okay, what the fuck? Oh, hey. What is this? Did Mia have a baby? Holy shit.
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
Okay, step on my neck, man. Just step on my neck. This looks well beyond bioweapon kind of stuff, but I don't know. I said the same thing about Resident Evil 7.
Let's see what you're really made of, Ethan Winters.
What the fuck?
That was amazing.
Why does he look familiar to me?
Many questions.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
when can
What?
we pre-order
Well,
this
that's
thing?
not one of my
Perhaps
questions.
producer Pete Fabiano has some answers for us.
Definitely not one of my
Let's see what he has
questions.
to say.
I want to know what the fuck is going on in this
I'm Pete
game.
Fabiano, producer on Resident Evil Village. When we first announced Resident Evil Village back in June, we only mentioned PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. I'm happy to announce we've been working hard to bring the survival horror experience onto current generation consoles as well.
You know, I'm wondering if they decided
Resident
to
Evil
do that
Village
because of
will
the
also be
lack
coming
of
to PlayStation
ability
4
anybody
and Xbox
has
One, day and date
right
with
now
next
of
gen.
obtaining
The
a
PS4
current
version
gen
should be
or
upgraded
next
for
gen
free to
console like the
digital
PS5 or
version.
Xbox One
And the
X
Xbox
or
One
Series
version
X,
gives you
whatever.
free access to the game on Xbox
I play this
Series
on
X
PC, so
through
I'm
smart
fine.
delivery. It's also
I
my
just hope this
pleasure
isn't going to be
tell
like
you
a
exactly when you can get your hands on the game.
cyberpunk
Resident Evil
thing where
Village
they
will be available
holy
worldwide
shit,
on May 7th.
May
2021,
7th. That's
with
so
pre-orders
soon.
Kicking off today.
Ooh,
Alongside
I might
the
do
standard
that.
edition, we have a few other options for the game.
I just hope they don't cyberpunk
First,
it and
we
like
have the digital
make it
deluxe edition,
try and
available on
force
all
it to work on
platforms.
old software.
Players will be able to heighten the
Tragedy of
survival horror
Ethan
experience
Winters.
with extra content, including in-game items that call back to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. There's also a collector's edition for consoles
Ooh.
that includes all the deluxe edition content, as well as a striking figure of Chris Redfield, a steelbook case, poster, and
I
art
want
book.
that.
And for those of you who haven't played the previous entry, we have the Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Bundle. This lets you get your hands on the award-winning RE7 while you wait for Resident Evil Village. Pre-order any of these editions, and you'll be able to get your hands on both the Mr. Raccoon weapon accessory and their survival resource pack,
Weapon
which will
charm?
offer additional support
What'll that
during
do?
the first few hours of gameplay. Finally,
Huh.
digital pre-orders from the PlayStation Store will receive an exclusive Resident Evil Village mini soundtrack.
I don't know. That Chris statue
Alright,
though
I've been
looks
waiting
sweet.
for this. I know
Anyway,
you've
what I was
been
trying to
waiting for
say.
this. It's time for the world premiere first look at
God damn.
Resident Evil Village gameplay.
The,
Alongside this first look, we have Pete Fabiano back to offer some insights.
I know it's
as
running on
well.
the same
Let's
engine
take
as
a look.
Resident Evil 7, so theoretically it should run okay on PS4
Now we're here to give you
and
an exclusive
Xbox One.
first look at
So
Resident Evil Village gameplay.
I don't see it being a situation like Cyberpunk.
Just like in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, you'll be taking control of Ethan Winters. You'll make your way from the village to the castle. Players will need to get in and search for their kidnapped daughter. As you've noticed by
Oh,
now,
there you go.
Resident Evil Village keeps the first-person perspective. We think it really draws players into the detailed world we've created.
Yeah. I still prefer the over-the-shoulder thing for the main games. I mean, this is a main game. It's a title game. Numbered game. I don't know. But I don't mind it. I didn't mind it with 7 so much, but I do have a preference for the over-the-shoulder Resident Evil feel.
You'll see a
This
lot
is
of those little
gorgeous.
details come to life here.
Oh my god. The detailing.
The team put a ton of effort into creating a truly authentic feel. From art design to technology.
Gosh, it's so
everything ties in
intricate.
great and creates some beautiful visuals.
The lighting. Gonna have some ray tracing.
Now it's time to meet some of the castle denizens. As you'd expect, a warm welcome's not really what's in store for Ethan.
Man blood.
What the fuck?
Now, let's take a look at him. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
It shouldn't be turned on, right?
Shifting gears a bit, we're finally going to show off some combat.
Okay, so these are little like sword wielding
It's not just about shooting.
dudes
Guarding will also be an important part of the game.
guarding. Well, it was kind of in 7 too, somewhat.
Each type of enemy has their own distinct way of
Holy
fighting, so you need to
shit!
choose your
What the
strategy to defeat them.
fuck is that?
Everyone knows what to do with red
We got a little
barrels, right?
Yeah. We got werewolf guys and giant trolls. Witches.
Some of you will remember a
What is
similar
going
management system in
on?
Resident Evil 4. This time around, we've added crafting, which allows you to create items such as first aid and ammo. There's also an assortment of weapons to find and utilize throughout the game.
Ethan's picked up some skills.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winters.
How do you know my name?
Anyone who is anyone has heard of the likes of you.
The merchant makes a return. This time he's known as the Duke. You'll be going to him to buy and sell weapons, amongst other things.
Oh, look at that knife that was in there.
The director wanted to give him a unique look, and you'll often find him in different situations each time you encounter him.
Oh my god.
He's an interesting fella.
Aha! Aha!
Smash away with your trusty knife. There's plenty of items to find in your travels.
Oh my god.
Wait,
I really like this setting.
and we've also got extra objectives outside of the main ones.
Oh, new little
Of course,
goat
it goes without
collectibles
saying,
to
but there'll
find.
be plenty of puzzles to solve for players to move forward.
Yes, give me the
Oh, and,
puzzles.
Plenty of surprises to keep you on your toes.
Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, no, I don't like that.
I haven't cut open a man in a while. Let me string you up, slice your jugular, and just watch.
Well, that's one way to end the video.
Oh my god, I'm so
Now that we've
excited
shown you
for
what's in
this.
store for Resident Evil Village, let's take a look at the exclusive PlayStation 5 demo.
Maiden. Now, we can't obviously play this demo because it's only for PS5 users, so we won't get to explore it,
Players won't
sadly.
be playing as Ethan, but as a character we're referring to as the Maiden. Unlike the actual game, this experience doesn't feature combat or even blocking.
I think it's just like a
We're
proof
hoping
of
to have
concept
players get a
idea,
real feel for the visuals and
like the
audio
RE7
as they
demo
take the
was.
Maiden on her journey to find a way out of the castle. And you can download the exclusive demo on PlayStation 5
Yeah.
today. Of course,
Damn it, I wanna
we want
play
as
it.
many people as possible to get a chance to play. So we'll have a separate new demo available on all platforms, ready for sometime this spring.
We'll probably stream that either
This
on
year marks
Twitch
the
or here on the
25th
channel,
anniversary
so
of the
keep an
Resident
eye
Evil
out for that.
franchise, with the very first game releasing in Japan back on March 22nd, 1996. Since then, the series has expanded well beyond the realm of video games. From toys and board games to CG movies to live-action Hollywood films, Resident Evil has become a cultural icon. Resident Evil continues to offer surprises around every corner, so let's pass it along to producer Tsuyoshi Kanda to hear more about what you can expect in 2021.
Earlier this month, we started inviting players to join a closed beta test. The test won't happen until later next week, but I want to use this chance to reveal more details. With the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil coming on March 22nd,
This the multiplayer
we are excited to celebrate
thing.
this milestone with our fans. Last September, we showed off a piece of key art showcasing some of Resident Evil's iconic characters to start the celebration. Now, I'm happy to announce what was behind that. Let's take a look.
World premiere. It's got like a comic book art style kind of feel to it. What the fuck? What the? Did Leon literally just turn into Nemesis just there? Punk. What the fuck am I looking at?
Arrowverse is one of the
What the
ways we're
fuck?
celebrating the 25th anniversary of the franchise.
It's like an arcade
showcasing
shooter.
So many of the characters that fans love. It'll be available for free to anyone who purchases Resident Evil Village. So be sure to follow the Resident Evil social channels for the latest news.
Oh god,
Check
Jack
out
too.
the official website for even more details.
What the fuck is this, man? Kind of gave me some like GoldenEye-ish vibes.
25th anniversary. We can't wait to get our hands on Arrowverse. For the occasion, we are bringing a celebration to our game, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. For a limited time, you will be able to collect some of the iconic outfits and items from the original Resident Evil trilogy. Everyone that logs in during the event will get Leon Kennedy's Raccoon Police Department outfit as a warm-up. Now let's have a look at some of these.
Okay, that's definitely not enough to get me to sign up for The Division. Yeah, I'm good. If you can give me Jill's tube top from 3, might be in. Yeah, I could care less about that. Oh, we're going to get another look at this too. Let's talk about Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, the 3D CG animated film we announced last year. Story focuses on series favorites Claire and Leon. Said a few years after RE4, we find Leon looking sharp in a suit, getting caught up in another zombie outbreak. This film will be available worldwide on Netflix, so please check it out on release.
Wow, a lot's been happening, and I hope
no
you
new
enjoyed
trailer
watching.
for it though.
But if you missed anything along the way,
dang.
don't worry. Keep an eye on the Resident Evil social channels and official website, which will be sharing everything from today's show. As a quick reminder, Resident Evil Village is available for pre-order starting today.
No, we still got
For
quite a bit of this
PlayStation 5,
left. What's the
PlayStation
rest?
4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Steam for PC. And don't forget, PlayStation 5 owners get a sneak peek through downloadable content available worldwide starting today. It has been an absolute honor to celebrate the amazing Resident Evil leading up to its 25th anniversary with all of you across the globe. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
I mean, what's the rest of the video? Oh, it's literally just this pre-order today screen for the rest of it. Okay, so we're gonna pop out of this. Let's see. Let's go over to Twitter and check out their. See if they've posted anything fun. Just anything that wasn't necessarily made. And any announcements that haven't been made on this. whatchamacallit showcase. Demo looking good. Been waiting. Check out all the action. Availability. I really still hope that Chris isn't like an actual villain in this. I hope there's a reason for what they did, but I don't know. Maybe it's not Chris. Maybe it's like a clone, or he's brainwashed, or Chris has always been my favorite Resident Evil character outside of Jill. I think Jill's it's so hard of a toss up between those two. Whether it comes down to Chris or Jill, but Chris has been one of my favorite characters since forever. And I just don't want to see him go down that road and be like the villain in this. And like, who knows? I mean, on the cover art of this, on the preview poster art, he's kind of wolfing out. I don't know if that's just like a visual take, or if he's been infected, if it's just a shapeshifter in general, because that's a thing with lycanthropes. They can shapeshift in some cultures, like they can turn into beasts. They can also shapeshift into any other kind of man or person or creature of choice. And again, I'm curious how this is going to tie into the whole bio weapon idea, because there's such a wide range of things. And like, sometimes they definitely push the limits of what you can do with a virus or mutation and stuff like that with these games, obviously. But this is definitely something where it's getting very much so into recognizable folkloric elements, like this coven of witches that seems to be, that are doing some kind of blood ritual, who can like dissipate and reform and disappear and burst into like clouds of insects, and kind of like almost Nightcrawler a little bit around. And then we have, again, not so unlike with Resident Evil 4, that actually had these giant troll things. I forget what they were actually called, but then we have these giant hammer wielding ogre guys in this. And then werewolf looking people. You have, what's the word I'm looking for like those undead looking guys. They didn't look quite like zombies, but there's like a word for it, like that I'm trying to think of. There's definitely like a D&D term for what I'm trying to think of, and it's just not coming to me. But like coming around wielding these swords, the mediocre weapons that they're able to still kind of hold up in their spindly arms. And on top of the Transylvanian element to it, I like the merchant aspect to it. Now it says the merchant's making a return as going by the Duke. They're not trying to imply it's the same merchant, and he made so much money off of Leon in Resident Evil 4 that he developed this lavish lifestyle, moved somewhere else in Europe, and has kind of become this like hedonistic little merchant guy. I think they're just, I honestly think they're just meaning the idea of a merchant is returning, not that the merchant himself is back. That's my interpretation. That's the way I'm going to go with it. Now, I mean, as far as their social media account goes, there's not really any new information here whatsoever. The the reverse thing, where it's just a free-for-all multiplayer thing, or maybe it's team-based. There was like one clip where Leon went down, and then he exploded and turned into Nemesis. So if you get like infected, do you transform? Is it like a mechanic? Is it kind of like Infection on a lot of different game modes where someone's randomly picked and then they're the enemy? Is it going to turn into some kind of like humans versus the bioweapon threat, or like that kind of thing where you got to work together to defeat the overpowered big enemy, like in Predator and Friday the 13th and like games like that, Evolution or Evolve, whatever it was called. Is it something like that, or is it purely like 4v4 team based? I want to know more about it, but it's just not, I mean, there's no other information here on it. So I don't know. I'm curious. It's coming included with the game. I still have never played, Resistance, that came included with 3. It didn't look interesting to me. It didn't really vibe with me at all. So I never really dove into it or tried it. I have it installed, but I've just never even remotely loaded it. This looks like it'd be interesting, at least fun to play around with. Whoever was playing that, I don't know if it's got tank controls, because it looked like they could not aim very well whatsoever. No complaint if it is like, joystick controlled or mouse controlled even. They're not very dexterous. They're shooting the floor, shooting literally around people. So I don't know like what exactly kind of gameplay they're going for in it, but I like the art style with it, with this kind of like stippled inked kind of comic book filter, because that's really all it is. It's just a filter. I like the look of it though. I'm curious. I'm really curious about that. But Resident Evil 8, I can't fucking wait. As much as I have questions about what the hell's going on in it, it looks beautiful. I like the gameplay. I like what we've seen of it. I like the concept, the idea. I like 7 too. Something about 7 onward, 7 and this specifically, is like it's got these elements of them trying to do something different, but feeling like old school Resident Evil, to the point where it might almost even benefit to not have the Resident Evil name or any of the Resident Evil aspects to it. I thought Resident Evil 7 felt that way too. Like a lot of the Resident Evil umbrella Chris stuff, once it came into it, it just kind of like felt a little ham-fisted into it. Like it didn't need to be there. And it's almost how I feel about this here as well, is like this could almost just be its own separate IP. But then again, would people be interested in this if it didn't have the Resident Evil IP? I'm sure a lot of people would. I'm sure it'd get a lot of word of mouth, but I don't think it would have the global like attention that it has without that Resident Evil name. And maybe that's the only reason they're doing it. Because again, it definitely feels like a departure, even though it feels like very Resident Evil 4-like. That was also a turning point in the franchise where it really started to drift away from the standard T and G virus stuff that we've been used to up to that point, by transitioning into the Plagas, these more highly intelligent, highly functioning kind of creatures with the Plagas. And then it just kind of has evolved from there to the point where now we have like autonomous, free-thinking people with these bioweapon abilities in 7, and now this. And now they're bridging that kind of blend of what's bioweapon and how far are we getting into freaking cult magic now. And I'm intrigued by it. I'm really sucked into it. I can't wait to play it. This is definitely going to be something we do a full playthrough. We're going to be playing this. I will definitely be streaming this either on the channel or on Twitch. I've made sure to broadcast all of my Resident Evil stuff. It's one of those franchises, man. It's one of those games where it's like, I will be there for that game. As busy as I am for everything else we do, a lot of my commitment goes towards films, shows, stuff like that. It's hard to get me to sit down for a game unless I feel like it's an event level game, or it's a franchise that I have a personal investment with, like Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil. These are all games. These are all franchises that, like, if an entry comes out, I will meet you there, and I hope you guys are there with me. So what are your guys' thoughts on all of this? I know this is a long video. I'm not sure how long, who all's still sticking around hearing me rant like right now, but I want to know your all's thoughts on all these trailers, these announcements. Yeah, so sound off down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll carry on the conversation there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody.